Morning guys, so Monday morning we are back in the kitchen. Today we're just going to get all the doors on, filler panels finished and just get cracking really. Shouldn't have a lot left to do up by the end of the day. We should hopefully get the sink in. There's a few little bits to do, there's a couple of units to throw on the walls, some light pelmet, some light and under cabinet lighting to sort out, which I think is just LED strips, some shelves. But I mean between today and tomorrow is the general plan to get it all done, and then Wednesday hopefully a bit of fencing and a small little patio thing in front of a shed we've got to relay or lay. But yeah, other than that it's not a massive amount. Ricky's already getting on with the door fronts, so as you can see he's throwing drawer fronts on, doors, so on and so forth. Got the dishwasher, we've got to go, that got to be plumbed in, that to go up, cornice, light pelmets. I'm just working on this filler panel. Now with the filler panels, I've already cut it to the height I want from floor to ceiling, floor to top of cabinet, sorry. I cut that to height. I've took the architrave, as you know, and I've measured from the centre of the frame to the door, and it's 90 mil, sorry. So I've added 95 to allow for blade, but that'll overlap. Then we can use our scribe jigs to put it on, hold it in place, and then we can scribe it. So here we are, this is our measurements, and we're just going to whip this off, and then we can then look at scribing it in. Okay, so we're using these new scribe jigs. Basically they clip on here, and then these have like a push clip to hold that in place, which makes that really solid. Now we get an offcut or something similar, that's the same thickness as the carcass, and we run it down that and we create a scribe. So just bear with me. We've got an offcut, that is the same thickness as the cabinet, so you're just going to put that on there like that with your pencil, and you're just going to literally follow that down all the way down with a pencil line like that, with a pencil line all the way down, and that will create your scribe line. And there you go, that's your scribe line. So now you get a jigsaw and you cut that line all the way along, and then that should slot in there beautifully. Now guys, you're going to see a lot of people when they do this sort of work that their jigsaw's underneath. That's because they're using a normal blade, which is a downward cutting, which can damage your boards. Now I'm using an upward cut, which means I can cut it from normal, as normal, because the blade is cutting down onto the product, not through the product, if you know what I mean. So I'm not getting any breakout. So with that being said, I can now just follow my line. Now with me, I don't go to the line exact, I leave it a little bit long so that I can plane it as well. So I'll get a nice clean edge with the planer as well. Straighten my table up. Of having a small garden to work in, I don't really have the space. Okay, so that's the bulk of it off. And as you can see guys, a lot of the pencil mark is still there, so all I've got to do now is run my planer to that, but I'll also put a little chamfer backwards so that it doesn't bind when I'm pushing it in. So just keep me plane and we can do that bit. Okay, just so you're aware, these are the jigsaw blades that I use. Not necessarily this make, it's the code in the top corner you're looking for, which is T101BR, which is a downward cutting blade. Otherwise you do have to change your jigsaw to the underside to do cut, and I find that too cumbersome for me. I like to just be able to hold it and look at what I'm doing. So they're the blades I like to use guys. Okay, got me plane. First thing I'm going to do is the chamfer. So I'm just going to put it on its edge, put it on quite a big cut, and with the DeWalt planers they've got like a little groove in the centre which gives you the ability to hold it in place. So I'm just going to do that chamfer quickly. This just allows it to slide in a bit easier, a bit easier. Plus it does make it easier when you're planing these to your line, because you're not having to plane off so much material. So I'm going to reduce that down now, and then we're going to go to our line. Glasses on. Let's go test fit it and I'll be back. Almost perfect. We just need to take a little bit more off. Take the back edge off first. Another test fit. There you go. Bearing in mind a lot of this you're not going to see anyway, but that's a good enough scribe for me. All I've got to do now is do like a return, glue it and clamp it so we get a return going up, and then put the architrave back on and scribe that in. Now, normally when I'm doing the return piece, I usually do it about 70-80mm, and I'd normally use this finished edge. But ideally I want to use that finished edge to do that bit of breakfast bar across there to hide the metal bar. So I'm going to save that and I'm going to cut this, and then we're going to clean this edge up the best we can. You're not really going to see it when the drawer's shut. And obviously we use the back edge, which is the cut edge, because the blade cuts upwards. So that should be the cleaner edge underneath. So we just whip that off, get it fixed to that, and then we can get it in place. Okay, so we're just going to cut the return now. That should give us a pretty clean edge. A little bit of sandpaper on that edge should tidy that right up. Plus we've got some coloured pens if we need to, just to run down it. Just running that along there just cleans that edge up a little bit and just takes the eye off any little chips. And now then, that's that bit. And then we've got to do now is get our scribed piece. And our scribed piece is basically going to get clamped and glued to there like so with some supports. Happy days. So let's get that bit done. Okay, so in Howdens kitchens they supply these little white fixing blocks. These are just as easy as any other. So what I like to do, a bit of mitre fast and some white blocks, and then that should sort you out with your brackets. So when I say mitre fast, this is the one I like to use. It comes from Howdens. It's not their own, it comes with the activator and the glue. So I don't necessarily use the activator straight off the bat because it will go off too quick when you're on your own. You need to make sure you're getting this right. So a little bit of glue on here just to help hold it in place. Obviously try and keep it in the middle, not too close to the edge. Things first, screw my first block on. That one. Make sure that we are pretty flush. Make sure you've got a nice flat surface to do this on, guys, because you could quite easily make a mistake. That's one thing you don't want to do. I'm having 4 brackets, so one here. last one at the bottom. Fingers crossed. That looks pretty good to me. And that then gets you a nice clean joint down there. And then all I'm going to do is spray some activator down it to make sure it stays tight. And that can basically be put in place. Okay, so put it in place. I'm using my sliding rule that I've set all my door gaps to, and countersink pilot bit, 30mm screws which are here, and my screw gun which is here. So all we're going to do is we're just going to set this up, push it in place, and then just work our way down and through it, tapping it into place. So first one at the top. Glasses on. Now normally you want to try and get these behind your hinge holes ideally. Do one at the bottom. Do that one, I'm not happy with that one. I've got some cover stickers I can put over that. See, we all make mistakes. That one wasn't quite right as far as I'm concerned. Looks better now. That's better. And that's your filler. Put in, all I've got to do now is rip the architrave down, that was there, and put the architrave back on and it'll look lovely. There you go. Filler is on, it's all evenly gapped all the way down. Looking fantastic. So as you can see, there's not a lot of architrave to go there, but I can use the outline of the paint to take some measurements, and it should be pretty much a straight cut. So measure top, measure bottom. Rip that off, that should go straight back on, and then I've just got to cut the header to its length from the point, and that should all go back on as well. There we go, architrave is back on. I'm just going to put a little bit of decorator's cork down these lines here. I'm not going to do that edge because it's quite tidy, that edge. Looks pretty neat and tidy, but yeah, I'm just going to decorator's cork that and push a little bit into the pinholes just so that it looks tidy for the customer. But yeah, that's that filler done. All looking absolutely lovely. So now the plinth can go on all the way around. All the plinths can go. And then we can start looking at the cornice on that one. And then obviously I've got the wall units over there. My next job though, what I'm going to do, with what's left of the decor panel outside, I'm going to measure this distance here. And rip a piece down just shy. And we're going to pocket hole screw a new piece of green along now, just so that it disguises that a little bit and gives a nice green finished edge, makes it look tidy, and it will also help wedge this and hold this in place. So let's get that bit done. Okay, so we've pocket holed this little support now, which is now flush. Not quite flush, I did set it back a couple of mil just for tidiness, and I also mitre fast the bar and the timber together just so that it's strong. I mean, once they put a couple of dollars of silicone on that, that'll also glue it to the worktop, which will make it all structurally sound. But that, they can't, if they complain about that, the stone guys, then there's something wrong with them, because I don't really know what else I could do other than a solid metal support like that. But that just makes it look a bit tidier and just helps keep the metal bar solid and in place. It ain't going to go nowhere. So now we're going to crack on with the wall units. Behind me we've got this corner one to do, and this one, we get them on. Ricky is flying, as you can see, getting all the doors and drawers sorted out. I've got decor panels to do, but while he's working down here, I'm going to work up here, get these units on the wall. So stay tuned guys, we'll see you in a bit. Okay, things are really taking shape now. So we've now got all the doors on at this side, as you can see. We've got corner unit is in. We've made our own corner post, just because the way it worked out, it didn't quite work properly with the Howdens one, so I built my own. So I've made my own corner post. I've got that decor panel to go on, but I've got to make a shelving unit that goes in there, and I'm thinking might be putting some LED lighting in it, so I need to check on that. So we're going to throw that unit up in a minute, get that all positioned. But yeah, it's all looking nice. All the decor panels are on that side. So we're ready for light pelmet, pretty much. Cornice is pretty much ready. We've got a drawer to fit in there still, which we need to work out the height, which isn't a major issue. Plinths can all go on now. All the doors are now on, so we just need to tweak them up and get the handles on, and the pull handles, the cup handles. Obviously that's all looking lovely now, nice and solid. Got the dishwasher to raise up and get that lined up. But yeah, she's looking really good. So I'm just going to throw that last wall unit up, get those decor panels sorted out, and then we'll start looking at that shelving unit. So once I get all the decor panels in, we can do light pelmets, cornice and plinths. And I've just got the sink to do the work out where the sink's going to sit, and sit the bits and pieces in for the sink, and everything looks nice. Coming along nicely. So we will be definitely finished in here tomorrow, ready for the stone bloke. So stay tuned guys, we'll just get some more bits up and then I'll give you another show. See you in a bit. We are now working on the shelves between the two wall units. So what I've done so far, fitted that decor panel, and then they supplied us these extra tall wall decor panels, which are like 900 long. So I've scribed the top one in by putting it on top and pencil marking both sides, and then done, as you can see, pocket hole jigs, pocket holes in either end, and then this back panel here, this back panel here is then nice snug fit, screwed down from the top. So what I've done then is we've then level lined, got the pencil marks either side, we've pilot holed through, and we're going to use these long 70mm black drywalls because they're nice and thin and they're going to give us a nice fixing. And I'm using these set squares either side just to help support the shelf so I can keep it nice and true. So that's how that's going to be done. So let's get on with that. So I've got my shelf already scribed and marked, so I should be able to now just slide it in like so. Jack that up, holding that one in place, make sure it's pulled forward flush to the front, make sure the clamps are nice and tight. That side. I'm going to do the exact same thing again on the front of this one. Beautiful. Just like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, because this is being tiled, I'm just going to put a couple of screws tight to the back, just off the centre there, just to help keep that in place. So I've got a nice countersink here somewhere in my drill, so we're just going to put a nice countersink here. One there. One there. I only need a couple of 30s because the tiles will actually help hold that up there later. And just keep the back from sagging a bit. Beautiful. Done. That's our shelves in and done. So what we've got to do now, fill a panel there, throw the doors and shelves in, some light pelmet, and happy days. We're getting somewhere. See you in a bit. So guys, we are done for today, Monday. We ain't done badly. I've got to pick another length of cornice up because we're just a little bit short. Sometimes that happens. I got one in stock, so I'll pick that up tonight. But I think we're looking pretty damn good, to be honest with you guys. So we got our wall units are all in, our bridging shelves in. We've marked the centre. I've got to discuss with the client location of sink just to tweak it a little bit. And I need to discuss height of the extractor fan with them tomorrow. But yeah, otherwise all the doors and drawers are in. They just need to put the knobs and the handles on. All the fillers are in on the oven unit. Drawers are all in. It is looking very nice. Plimps are all in as well. So they're all in and done under the dishwasher as well, if you can see that. Dishwasher's in, not connected obviously, but it's in, ready to use. But yeah, I think we're pretty much there really. We'll be finished in here tomorrow. Yeah, be finished tomorrow. So tomorrow it'll just be plumb, clip the sink up, we'll put it in place and run the waste, get the dishwasher working, put the extractor fan up, knobs, handles, finish the cornice, some plinth light, some under cabinet lighting, and that's it. Really quick and easy day tomorrow. If we did have the cornice here, I probably would have been tempted to stay and just get it finished, but I've got to come back for the cornice anyway, so no point breaking our backs. We've done really well today. So come back tomorrow guys for the final video of the kitchen until the stone's done. And then I think we are fencing and some paving later on this week. But we'll see how things pan out. So don't forget guys, like, share, follow, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and keep hitting that like and notification icon. And we'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.